Okay, so let's get started. Thank you for showing up for some evening yoga to stretch out the day and just to kind of let go of some of this stress we're holding. And yeah, the best way to do that is to create some movement in your body. Hopefully you're getting out for a walk once a day at least, if you can, where you are, and just to move some of this emotion through you so we don't have to hold on to it so much and be stuck in kind of holding it. So really important to work with that this time. We're going to be holding some of these poses a while tonight just to help the body let go, help the body breathe into the tightness. It'll tell you and show you where you're holding on to some tension. Could be more recent stuff, could be from a long time ago. It's a good time to just encourage your mind to slow down, and since we're all being asked to do that at this time, and just surrender to the present moment, because we really don't know how anything will be forming after this moment. We never do, but especially right now, we're in a very new time. So just practicing that tonight so you can take that into your daily life. So come to a seat that works for you. Doesn't have to be cross-legged. You can sit with your legs straight out or whatever works, just to become more centered, more present for our practice tonight. Just take some belly breaths. So sometimes it's helpful to even feel the low belly. Inhaling deep down, expanding. And exhaling, letting the belly pull in to help release, to let go, to clear away some of this big energy we're around. Even if we're not physically, experiencing firsthand yet, we feel it just collectively, everyone around the world. We haven't had this sort of situation in a very long time, so it's unique to all of us. And it's big, it's real, it's changing us all. So the tool of belly breathing, super important, just to help slow down, to shift the nervous system out of fight or flight, which is easy to get triggered into, and into just more peace, more calm, as well as we can at this time. So practicing belly breathing. See if you can even find a space maybe between the inhale and the exhale. That space of being patient and quiet. So just let that breath continue to flow for you. Bring awareness now to the base of your spine, your own root, and create your own grounding cord, we call it. So it's like a root from your tailbone down into the earth, like you're plugging yourself in to the center of the earth. Just give yourself a root, an outlet. And that pathway can also clear, can release energies that are not helpful. So the fears, the anxieties, the grief, we feel it, but then we can release it. We can let it flow, continuing to move through. So let that be working for you now and throughout the practice. Let's also feel a lift of energy from the navel up through the spine and up through the crown of your head. So we have our root, we feel grounded, but we can also feel lifted and light and reaching up, decompressing the body, making space. Great. And then one more step. Let's go into the center of your head. So entering the forehead, then go inside. And give your mind a really nice big clean out. So all the chatter, all the fears, all the worry, all the statistics that are being just flooded towards us, just clean it out. Using your mind, however you want to. Vacuum people out, dust buster, big sweep, whatever works to give yourself some clarity for you. And in that nice open mind, set a new intention. We're starting a new month today. So it's a fresh start to wrap our minds around this new way of living, new way of being. So maybe seeing some more patience or trust, gratitude for our own health, our families, our friends, gratitude for what is truly important in our lives, as a lot of the other non-essential, as it's called, is kind of falling away. So setting those intentions, inviting yourself to slow down, to be patient, to trust. And as we begin the practice, if you'd like to tune into an Om, it's a simple mantra, powerful mantra, tuning us in together. I know you can only just hear me, but have your own, maybe in your own home, or just breathe. Let's take a cleansing breath first. Nice big full bodied breath. Let it go. Breathing or chanting. Om. Great. You can open your eyes if you haven't. Let your hands float down. And let's just begin to move the body. So it's one of the best things we can do at this time is to move the body, keep healthy, drink lots of water, let all of this kind of flow through us. Let's inhale, reach the chin up towards the ceiling. Keep your shoulders down. Exhale, chin down towards your chest. Just starting at the neck where a lot of us hold tension. Moving one slow breath at a time. The inhale lifts us up. Exhale, chin towards the chest. Great, and then let's draw some circles. Inhaling up one side, up and around. Exhaling down the other. Great, and then reverse. Take that opposite circle through. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Let go of some of the stress we're holding on to. Feel a little lighter. And then back to center. A couple more for the neck. Inhale, get nice and tall. Exhale, just tip one ear towards the shoulder. Drop that other shoulder down. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. So like the back of your head is against a wall, just slide laterally, side to side, lengthening down the neck through the shoulder. Use the exhale. And let's stay on the right side this time. Right hand on your head for just a little more weight here. Helping the head kind of stretch a little farther. And the opposite arm can reach straight out, maybe back, maybe really flex the fingers. And then maybe add some movement for your head. Just find the perfect spot that's helping you let go a little more down the neck, through your shoulder and arm. Great, and let that go. Take a deep breath, get tall. And exhale, holding to the other side. Same thing, you can add that extra weight if that feels good. Arm, maybe flex fingers. Be a little kind of micro movement for the neck. Great, and then release that. Inhale, squeeze, shoulders up towards your ears, exhale, back and down. And just do that a few times. Moving with the breath, just kind of flushing out tightness in the shoulders, upper back, middle back. Great. Let's take a twist. So the whole spine, twisting to your right. Prop up your hand behind you. Inhale, spiraling up, looking over your right shoulder. Belly breathing, even in the twist. So really feel that kind of massage for our organs, digestion. Imagine you can massage your liver with your breath, these strong abdominal muscles, flushing out, helping the body be healthy. Good, one more big breath, lifting into it. Exhale a little deeper if you can. And then bring the back arm up and then across the ceiling. You can hold on with that opposite hand for some traction. Anchor your legs down, but reach looking up maybe, or just center. Feel the sides get a little longer. Decompress, make space. Great, and let that go. Unwind, take a breath in the middle, just unwind all of that. And then counter twist, so left hand supports you, take your twist. Inhaling, again, spiraling up. Exhaling, belly strong. Feel your rib cage rotate around your spine. Your neck also when you're ready. Letting the body really receive the twists and the benefits of wringing out. Great, and let's do that side body again. So lifting with that back arm, then sweeping across, kind of a diagonal, anchoring your legs and your pelvis, but reach to the sides, energy all the way up, even beyond your fingers. Just breathe. Great, and let that go. Unwind. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, swing straight back. Check the space behind you, make sure you're not gonna hit something. A few times. Inhaling straight up through the arms, the sides. Exhale back. Great. Let's clasp the hands behind us this time. So find the palms of your hands, probably a nice bend in your elbows. Squeeze the shoulder blades, drop the arms, then pry open, lift your heart, look up at the ceiling. Take a big breath here across the shoulders, chest. Expansive inhale. And then return to center. A little more for the shoulders. Let's take the arms straight out. Flip the palms open. Deep breath here. Exhale, hands to your shoulders. Then inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades in the back of the body. Exhale, come forward. So just like that, kind of opening the book and then closing. Inhale, breaths expand. And exhales, contract. Great, and then opening like a goalpost here, like you're right against a wall. Inhale here and exhale, hinge the arms down. So just like that, inhaling, opening, exhaling, hinge from your shoulders. Shoulders can move many directions, kind of vulnerable joints that get injured. Let's take a Good care of them. Good, and then just kind of shake that out. All right, now straight out, palms open, anchor through the back of your body, really root your shoulder blades. Deep breath in, and then around, wringing out all the muscles around the bones. Inhaling, opening, and exhaling around. Great, deep breath here. Exhale, let's go into eagle arms. Let's weave our right elbow under. And if you can connect your palms, great. Or the opposite shoulder is also fine. Pressing everything together. Arms and hands. Deep breath. Then exhale, just kind of round into yourself a bit. Stretching across the back, between the shoulder blades, wherever you're feeling it. Breathe. And then lift back up. Free those eagle wings. Let them open, twist it out. And then the opposite angle. So the opposite elbow under. Connect. Again, here or here. I'll show you this way this time. Lift a bit as you inhale and exhale. Just find that little stretch, or maybe big stretch, which usually feels like it really needs it. Breathe away some of that tension. Great, and rise, free the arms, let them move again, and straight up towards the ceiling. Let's clasp the hands together, give them a flip up. Root your tailbone. I know you've been sitting a while. We'll move in a second. Reaching, lengthening the sides. A little bend maybe from behind your heart. And then free the fingers and take a bow forward. So your hands and head come to or towards the floor. Just enjoy a big stretch up and down your back. And then let's roll forward to tabletop. I will turn directions here. Setting up your table, knees are under your hips, the hands are under your shoulders, and we have a bend in our elbows, so we can not just hang out in the joints, but use our muscles. Great. So with the breath, let's inhale, drop the belly, lift your tailbone, and look up. So this is kind of the sway back cow. And exhale, opposite curve. Press into the mat, opening up. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhaling from the tailbone all the way up to the crown, and exhaling all the way back down. Just work with your breath, your pace. Check in with your whole body here. Letting movement free some of the emotions that we're feeling. Let it flow through. And then meeting in center. Walk your hands 1 step forward. Inhale. Let's just drop the torso forward a little bit and exhale around. So we're going to draw some really nice big circles. Freedom to move through your hips, your back, torso. And then let's switch directions. Same thing around the other direction, moving through. And then let's take child's pose. So right back through the center line, anchor your tailbone down towards your heels, wherever you can go, and let your head and arms rest in front of you. Take a few breaths here. Really expanding your back and just feel those muscles stretch and lengthen from the tailbone all the way to the crown of your head. It's all connected. Just breathe. One more big breath here. And then back up to tabletop. So we'll go into our first yin pose. So it's shoelace or cow face in the other style. We're going to weave our right knee in front of the left and widen your feet. If you can, we're going to sit down in between your feet or maybe on a block or a blanket if that feels more supportive for your knees. So make it yours, just so you feel even in your foundation. So your hips are level no matter what you're sitting on. Settle into your hips, really anchor your tailbone down, soften the hips as well as we can. And this might be enough for you. Or if you want a little more, we can expand up, lengthening through the spine, and then take a forward fold out and down, and then let your arms rest. Maybe just let your head rest as well. If you have a block, you can always place that somewhere. Maybe it's on your knee, help your head relax. Maybe it's somewhere else. But let's invite softness. So if I find flipping the palms open, this invites that just letting go, letting breath flow. There's no forcing or pushing into the pose. It's just softening. Soften your mind. And with your mind's awareness, find those spaces within you that need to let go a little bit more. It usually starts in the mind, but then, let's find those places in the body that have maybe been through a lot in our lives. Imagine breathing right into it. Make space. Now let's use another big breath where you need it, and exhale a little bit more. And roll up slowly if you have bowed down. Stack your head up on the top. Take your hands back behind you and give yourself a little opener here. You can squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit in the back body, opening up. And then back to center. And then you can just switch the cross of your legs or do it kind of a fun way. Good for your brain as well. And step onto this right foot and twirl all the way around until you're forward again. The trick is not to think about it, just keep going. And then we arrive with the left knee and the left hip on top. Resettle into your foundation. Reroot your tailbone. And then again, if you'd like to just stay here, great. You can just keep your arms at your sides and maybe hinge a bit into it as you want to. Or you can use the arms as well. Rising up and then floating, letting go. Heavy arms, hands, just total surrender. And breathe. And when you're still, come back to the mind. Keep those negative thoughts out. Stay focused on your intentions that you've set. Stay present with the breath. A few more breaths. See where you can melt As you exhale, just a little bit more rolls off your back, your neck, your shoulders. And inhale, rise. Take it slowly. And again, hands behind you, give yourself some space, squeeze the shoulder blades, and lift your heart, open it up. And now, if you can, just roll forward to tabletop or free your legs as you can to come back to table. And just let the hips sway side to side, stretch it out again. Great. Let's come back into child's pose. So align yourself right down the center line. Take that nice bow down. And breathe here. Evening out, up and down your spine, through both hips, all the way through you. Good, one more big breath. And then really make sure your hands feel planted about shoulder width, arms fully extended away from you. Then inhale to tabletop. We're going to curl our toes and then lift into a nice downward facing dog pose. You can let the head hang, shake it out a bit, pedal through those legs, bending one knee deeply and the other. Then nice straight, strong legs, arms, belly strong. Fully express your downward facing dog. And then back to tabletop. Good, take a big breath. And we're gonna work into hips a bit more. Inhale, right leg up behind you. And exhale, curl it in like a cat. A couple more. Inhale to extend straight up and back. Exhale, curl. Great. And then the other side, same thing. Let's inhale, lift and look up. Exhale, round. And release. Good. Full breath here. One more child's pose. Let's even that out. Settle the hips. Feel maybe some more space there. One more big breath. And preparing for another downward facing dog. So ground your hands, come up to tabletop, curl your toes, use a big breath here, and exhale, straighten it all out. Lengthening the whole back of your body. What a great pose. Up and down your spine, through the back of your legs. Release your head. Then inhale, right leg up. We're going to take it all the way forward into pigeon or swan. I call it the yin style. If this really doesn't work for your knees, you can do the figure 4 pose on your back, and I'll show you what that looks like. It's the same angle. We just take the right ankle on top of the left thigh. It's the same shin bone, same angle for your hip. So you choose the swan or the figure 4. If you're up in this half swan, let's relax the shoulders a lot down your back. And then feel a nice openness across the front of your body, down to the front of this back hip. If you can engage the back leg glutes a little bit more, that'll help release the hip flexors in the front. You can also curl your toes and lift your knee a little bit just to give it some space if you want that. Good. Take a few more breaths. Grounding through the hips, all the way down the back leg. Feel the lift, the strength of your back to lift up, all the way up to wherever you feel good looking. And then let's take a sleeping swan, taking your hands down and find a good place for your head to rest, maybe on the hands or the floor or block, wherever you feel supported. You can breathe deeply into all these layers, deepen the hip. You can unravel one layer at a time, being a little more free. Again, without forcing. One more big breath here. Exhale just a little bit more. And slowly roll up, let your head come up last. Nice. And then one more variation here. Everyone tuck your toes on the back leg. Lift the knee and thigh and just little twist to your right. So looking over your right shoulder, breathing deep into the front of the hip, the torso, wherever you feel it. And unwind. Ground the hands. Let's take a deep breath and exhale, release into your downward facing dog again. And any way you need to move that right leg, right hip, let it move. A little movement after that long hold. Let's inhale to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Stretch back down. Then look forward. Inhale into a little cobra. So ground the legs, the belly, lift the heart. And exhale, just press right back through child's pose. And breathe. Great. So we're ready for the other side. Downward dog first, just to elevate the leg or the knees off the mat. Hips have some freedom. And then left side. So lift the left side, inhale, exhale, sweep it through. Or again, figure four on your back. Take a little walk back with your back leg, setting up the foundation in your pelvis, your hips. Relax your shoulders. Find the strength of your back that really opens up the front of your body. Might feel very different on this side. Just where you are. And if you can engage the back leg glutes a little bit more, maybe those hip flexors in the front of the hip can lengthen. Good, and then preparing for that sleeping version where you just get long. You walk long out in front of you. Find a good place for your head to be supported by the floor, by the mat, or your hands. Enjoy one more breath here. Make your way up slowly. Take your time. Head up last. Nice. Curl those back toes now. We'll do one more. Lift the knee. Just a little more twist across the front of the body, looking to your left this time. See if you can breathe deeply into the hip flexors, the front of the right hip. Can you feel how it connects into the lumbar spine even? Good. And center, ground those hands, take a deep breath. And this time again, back into downward facing dog, or wherever your left leg wants to go for a moment. Free the hip. And let's take a gentle flow. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose, right through that center line. Inhale, cobra. Slither through. Ground your legs, lift your heart. And exhale back into child's pose. Two more breaths here. Just really integrate all of those long holds. Come back to center. And then slowly walk your hands back towards you. Let's shift to one hip to free the legs out in front of us. And find staff pose. It's a really grounding pose. Strong in equally the back and the front of your body. You can ground the hands next to us. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the heart. Breathe through the back of your legs. Great. Inhale the arms right by your ears. Exhale, let's tip the pelvis just a little bit. Come down just a little. Good. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hinge. And one more time. Reaching, and then find your edge. Reach with your heart forward. Let your hands come down. Then tuck your head towards your knees. And breathe all the way down your back of your legs. This caterpillar pose. And if it's helpful, maybe let your arms rest at your sides here as well. There's no forcing or pushing. Do keep a little strength of your belly. Hinge from your hip crease. Keep maybe a little space in your knees. Try not to lock out. But lengthen and soften all the way down the back of your spine. Just create space. Forward folds, I keep telling people, are really helpful for calming the nervous system, for releasing out of fight or flight. Shift gears into parasympathetic nervous system. Let your body actually do its job. All those important systems are functioning. One more big breath. Then roll up slowly. Time. Take a nice breath at the top. Then let's bring our right knee in and prepare for a twist. So plant your right foot on the outside of your other leg. Let's just keep this long leg long tonight. Sweep your right arm back behind you, propping you up. And this other arm can hug in or come in between. Let's look over your right shoulder, twisting through your heart, through the rib cage, that thoracic spine, looking to the right. One more breath. Spiral up with the inhale, get a little taller. Exhale, deepen the twist. And unwind to the left side, that open side for just a moment. Use the back of your right arm. Open you up. Good, and unwind. Take a big breath. Let the body process that. Then other side, bringing left knee in, plant the foot. Sweeping wide with the left, prop yourself tall, and prepare. Inhaling, lengthening, lifting into the left side, breathe. Great. Unwind to the open side just for a reset, just for a moment. And unwind and release. Take that breath in the center again. And now let's make a bigger V, or AV. Doesn't have to be huge. You might want to even pick up your pelvis, tip forward a bit, and hands in the middle. Inhale here, and exhale. Let's take one more forward fold, a little more space in the hips. Remembering to tuck the chin in, just let go once again. Just turning inward with the awareness. Listen to sensations in the body. Use another breath all the way in the back of the ribs, low back, middle back, down the hamstrings, calves, through your heels. And then roll up slowly, inhaling to rise. Exhale at the top. And let's make either your choice. A kind of square shape, so your feet are away from you. This is a good one for your low back. Or more of a butterfly, and that's more for the inner hips. So your choice. You decide where those feet land. Take an inhale, let it lift up the spine, and exhale, folding over, release any gripping or pulling. Just let the arms rest, let the head rest. Just notice what happens when you let go a little bit more in your mind. Soften. Great. Take another breath or two. Let something else go. Let it roll off. Rise with the inhale. Good. Help the knees up. And then bring the tailbone to the center of your mat. Plant your feet. Extend your arms. You'll be rolling on your back. So check your space. Make sure you've got enough space to roll down. And inch your feet so they're lined up right underneath your knees. Feet are hip width. Let's let our arms be just right at our sides, vision up towards the ceiling. I know you can't see me, I'll just walk you through it. We're working with some bridge poses. After all that forward folding, we're gonna open up the front of the body. So ground your feet, inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling and roll up to your shoulders. Keep looking up. And exhale, roll slowly down. A couple more, inhaling, sweeping up the tailbone up towards the ceiling, rolling up to your shoulders. Exhaling, rolling down, traction your tailbone long. This time we'll hold. So inhaling, rolling up. Let's hold here. Keep grounding your feet. Lift your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades. If you want to rock your arms underneath your back, clasp the hands there, or just keep them where they are. That long line down the front of the hip and thigh. Grounded feet. Open heart. One more breath. Ground the feet, lift the hips, lift the heart, and release the arms. Roll down slowly. And walk your feet wide, let your knees touch together. So we're just kind of settling into the back here. And windshield wiper the knees side to side. Great, and then back to center. Now we're gonna do the opposite of the fish. This is the bridge we did. The fish is next. We're gonna lift our hips, sit on our hands. So the arms are right at our sides. Legs will now go long. And kind of roll them in towards each other, really root. Inhale, we're gonna bend our elbows, lift the heart, start up, and then either hover for a moment off of the mat, or I've got my bun to rest on, or your crown of your head can rest on the mat. Just a few nice big breaths just to open up the front of the body, expand the lungs completely, open the throat, the neck. But you're sitting on your hands all the way down to your feet, super grounded legs. And then let that go. Settle the spine, free the hands, and just let that settle. That's a big heart opener. Every way you move your body affects you differently. Back bends are really stimulating, so feel that. And then bring your knees into your body. And let's just draw some circles. Explore all around you. Both knees into the body. Take a big breath here. Exhale, round, curl into a tiny ball. And lower the head, lower just your left leg down to the mat. Bring your right knee in, give it a nice hug into the hip, the torso. Inhale here. Exhale, curl, round, tiny ball. Two more. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl. Great. And then prepare for a twist. Right arm's going to ground you as you twist this knee across. Keep looking up or over your right arm, wherever feels good. Great. And unwind slowly. You can hug that knee back in and switch sides. Lower the right, hug the left in. 3 times with your breath. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Feel that compression as you're letting the breath go. Get grounded. And then reach your left arm wide. Take your twist to the opposite side. Try to ground your left shoulder. Breathe. Great. Unwind slowly. Let's bring both knees back in just to even that out. Draw some circles. And then a happy baby. It's just a fun pose to even things out. You're gonna weave your hands on the inside of your legs and then hands on the outside. And then you find the feet like a baby would or your legs somewhere and just kind of rock a little bit, massage your back, your sacrum, whatever needs a little ironing out. Good playful pose, to not take things seriously. You just can't. Great. And then bring the soles of the feet together and bring the feet down into the reclined bound angle, or the reclined butterfly. Your hands to your belly, your heart. Connect with your breath again as we're preparing for the final pose. Just settling the energy. Checking in with your mind. Where are you focused at this point in the practice? Are we still present? Can we slow the breath down, making space? Can we keep our heart open, giving and receiving positive emotions, joy and love and compassion for ourselves, for others, as we're all working through the situation together. We're all here at this moment in time together. And then we can shift and stretch the legs out towards the corners of the mat, preparing for the final pose. So if you have a blanket or you want to cover with another layer, now's the time to get comfortable and warm so you can relax. So Shavasana, the final pose. Once you get settled, I know you can't see me, I will guide you through. Let's scan the body and just let every bone sink into the earth a little bit more. So let go of your head, heavy head, let go. The shoulders, arms, and hands are heavy, they can let go. The whole back of your spine, just feel that whole connection from the head all the way down to your tailbone. Let go of the effort, soften all the tissues around it. Feel your hips, ungrip any holding, heaviness in your legs all the way down to your feet and let go. Whole back of the body, heavy. Whole front of the body, soft. Soften your heart. Let those emotions flow. We don't want to stuff anything. Let it flow. Soften your mind. trying to figure everything out. We just have to surrender one day at a time, one moment at a time, practicing patience, trust, surrender, but open to all the newness that's happening through the process, new ways of being, living, connecting. Take a few cleansing breaths and clearing out any energy that's not helpful. So the fear, the anxieties, the worry, the doubts, let it go. It's real, we can experience it, and then we can let it go. And then fill in with you, refill all the spaces that we've moved through. Fill with you, feel connected with yourself, your knowing. Fill with love, peace, compassion. And gently waking your body, just moving gently. You take a big full-bodied stretch. Feel all the good space that you've created in your body, in your mind, your heart. Give ourselves a nice hug. And then roll to one side, just take a pause. And then press up to come to a seat. And we'll close the practice. Maybe bring your hands to your heart or just bow your head. And notice the peace, the healing, the love that we've created through this practice tonight together. Take a big breath, fill yourself up, and exhale it out to the world so that all may benefit. Feel yourself again. Send the peace, healing, and love out to your community, a little closer to you. And one more for yourself to really refill yourself so that you may benefit everyone you're around. You have to start with yourself. Thank you all for joining me in the practice tonight. We'll close with an Om and 3 Shantis. Shanti is peace in Sanskrit. So imagine it again rippling out from where you are all over the world where we need it. So breathing or chanting. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Again, thank you for joining me tonight for this practice. Stay tuned for my schedule for next week. I know I'm going to do, the full moon is on Tuesday. I always like to do a moon practice, but stay connected on my social media. It's probably the easiest way. It's at Natural Harmony LLC. And thank you so much for donations. If you're in a good space to do that, my PayPal or Venmo is also on my social media, or message me, or you can chat here too. And I also have a workshop coming up this Saturday with a friend who does human design. And it's a 4-hour workshop online. And human design will teach you even more about yourself. This cool new way of mapping yourself and all of your talents and just way that you are in the world. And then we'll integrate that information through yoga and meditation. But we need your birthday and time and place for that. So that's on my website. It's naturalharmonyllc.com. And yeah, stay in touch, keep updated, and I'm so grateful for all of you for tuning in. Take really good care of yourselves, and I hope to see you soon. Namaste.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good to see you. Thanks.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thanks.